So you all probably know who's with me. This is Claribel A. Ortega. She is a New York Times bestselling author of middle grade and young adult fantasy. Her graphic novel, Frizzy, was just this week nominated for the prestigious Harvey Award. Yay. That deserves some applause.
Thank you.
Her novel, Ghost Squad, is being made into a feature film, and the Witchlings books have been instant bestsellers. Claribel is a former journalist who also co-hosts the Bad Author Book Club podcast and is a contributor to Marvel. I'm Amy Joyce. I'm the Washington Post on-parenting editor, and I could not put the Witchlings books down, and I'm so excited to be here to talk to Claribel about her books and her process, and we will have time for questions at the end. So thank you, Claribel. Thanks for being here.
Of course, it's my honor. I'm so glad to be here. Hi, kids.
It's great seeing everybody down there. So, Claribel, how did this all start? Why did you move away from journalism, whatever career path you might have been on, and how did you start writing?
So, right after college, I was a journalist, which means I worked at a newspaper, so I used to write articles. And I didn't really feel, like very quickly after starting, I didn't really feel like it was going to be my long-term career. I didn't feel happy there. I was always fighting with my copy editor, who sat right behind me, so like I couldn't avoid her. And it was a difficult job. I loved writing. I loved meeting the community. I loved going to like, small town meetings were great. It's so important to get involved in like local government. It really taught me the importance of that. But I very quickly realized like it wasn't the thing that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So I sort of hopped around from job to job, and then I had sort of like a very tragic thing happen in my life, which is I lost my older brother, Pablo, to cancer. He was only 35 when he passed away, and Pablo always loved to write, and he always encouraged me to write. So I made a promise to him at his funeral that I would live my life for both of us. So if you see the A in my name, that was actually my brother's middle name, Alexander, and that's why that's there, because he's sort of like part of my writing journey. And that's how I started writing. I started writing books. My first book was about a witch who could control time because she wanted to bring her mom back from the dead, which was like, well, I wonder why I'm writing this. A very sort of self-insert moment. But I just realized like, oh, this is what I'm meant to do. I love this. I can't stop writing. And that's how it all started.
Amazing. Well, I'm sure he would be very proud.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Claribel. So let's talk a little bit about Witchlings.
Sure.
These books, they're so compelling and unputdownable. I love how the three witchlings, the spares, friendships evolved over the two books, and it felt so real, like such the way friendships go in middle school. Mm-hmm. Can we talk about that a little bit? Was this important to you, how their friendship evolved over time?
Oh my gosh. So did anybody here have like drama in their friendships when they were in school at all? Yeah, right? Okay, so that was my experience too. It was hard for me to make friends sometimes. Sometimes there was like drama and like fighting, and that was such a huge part of like my growing up experience that I felt like it would feel dishonest for me to write about this group of girls getting to know each other without adding some conflict in. Now, that doesn't mean that it's sort of like the trope where it's like girls against each other. It's nothing like that. It's more so like what a normal relationship and friendship is like. Like sometimes friendships grow apart. Sometimes you get the wrong impression of somebody, and you get to know them and realize they're way different than what you thought. And I wanted to sort of express that and express those experiences through the relationship of the witchlings. And when it starts, Seven is in a coven with her bully, Valley. Like Valley is her bully at the beginning, and we get to know more about that story. And I thought that was really important to depict.
It was really interesting, and yeah, at first when she got put in that coven with Valley, I thought, oh no, but it was so enlightening to see how this all transformed over the books. So these spares, they're not afraid of anything. I mean, they are.
Yeah, especially Thorn.
Yeah, poor little Thorn. But they're just bold and they're brave, and it's so fun to read about three girls who bond together to do what's right and to fix things. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Right. So when I first started writing, Seven was the first character that came to mind. And I really wanted to sort of take from my own childhood and write about a girl who was confident in who she was already. I think a lot of times we tell young girls to sort of dim their light, and Seven is not about that at all. Seven's very much like, I know everything. And you all need to catch up with me. But you know, she also has to learn, like, I actually don't know everything. I'm smart, but I can still learn from those around me. And then that's when Valley and Thorn come in. They introduce different challenges to like sort of make her grow. But I wanted them all to be very confident in their skills. Like Valley knows what she's doing when it comes to monster hunting. Seven is great at plant magic, and Thorn is amazing at fashion magic. So they each have their own facets of skills. Even if they're not confident about everything in their life, it's okay for them to say, hey, I'm good at this. And it's okay if it makes you uncomfortable, I'm still really good at it. And it doesn't change that. And I thought it was so important to show that, to show that you don't have to pretend that you aren't good at something that you're good at when you're a little girl, when you're a little child, when you're an adult. You don't have to dim your light for anybody. And I think that was really, really important for me to make the Witchlings really stand in their truth.
That's amazing. So what were you like as a child?
I was annoying. I told a lot of little fibs, which I think it was like my way of storytelling when I was young, or at least that's what I like to tell myself now as an adult. But I was very confident in the things that I thought I was good at. And I loved books and writing. Mm-hmm. I was a huge fan of R.L. Stine. I thought all authors had to look like him. And yeah, I think people ask me if I'm like any of the Witchlings, and I very much think that the Witchlings are my personality in different points of my life.
Right.
And if I had to pick one that was most like me when I was a kid, it would probably be a combination between Valley and Seven, but Valley more so in my teen years when I was mad at the world. And Thorn is really me now. I've sort of embraced the things that I was told I shouldn't embrace when I was younger. Like hyper femininity and just sort of like really leaning into the color pink, which if you can't tell, I love. Yes, you do. It's a good color. So they're all different parts of me in different phases of my life, for sure.
I did love all the fashion aspect. I was like, oh wow, Claribel's really into this.
Yes.
Some beautiful, beautiful fashion making in here. So tell me a little bit about classicism and sort of some of the themes that come through these books. The spares are really looked down upon by half the community, and then you've got like Mrs. Dumblewit and the people who live on the hill.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that, and what's the message that you're getting across here?
Sure. So my parents are immigrants from Dominican Republic. I grew up in the South Bronx. I'm very much a diaspora writer. And I very much grew up feeling like I was not from anywhere. People will tell me, you're not actually Dominican, but then people would tell me, well, you're not actually American. And I never really felt at home. I also grew up in the South Bronx. We didn't really have much. There was 6 of us in a 2-bedroom apartment. So I really wanted to talk about sort of what it feels like to not have much and how difficult it can be to see when people have too much and sort of don't help those who are in need. If you don't know, the 12 Towns is actually inspired by the river towns in the Hudson Valley. Ravenskill is actually Peekskill, New York. And in Peekskill, New York, there is a community of homes called Chapel Hill, and it's up on a hill, very beautiful, very sort of like wealthier people. So that is sort of like where the idea for the hill came from. When you read Witchlings, the further up you go in town, the more ample the streets are, the more the breeze is warmer, it smells good, there are brighter flowers, and these are all things that sort of magic affords you, right? If you have more magic, you can have more beautiful sort of clean, nice environment. And, magic in this world is currency, right? So I wanted to sort of talk about like the lack of access to things like libraries and supermarkets and dance classes when you live somewhere like the South Bronx, like I grew up in, and how much more access you have to like community resources when you live in somewhere like Scarsdale, right? And I wanted to talk about that disparity through the eyes of a 12-year-old. You don't really notice that sometimes when you're a kid. And as you grow up, you start realizing it. And it's not till 7 is a spare that she realized, like, wait a minute, things aren't fair.
Right, right, yes. And she didn't expect to be a spare. She expected to be in
House Hyacinth,
her
yes.
beloved coven with her best friend Poppy. And she wasn't. And pretty early on when she became a spare, I think one of her quotes was, "Rich witches have access to all the good things." It's not fair.
And I mean, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah. Okay, and it was palpable how infuriating it was. Like, you just get so frustrated for them.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's part of growing up, starting to realize the truth of the world around you. And I think that's why I love writing for kids, because they still have that hope in them that they can make a difference.
Right, they do. So you also don't shy away from serious issues in your book. Abuse, divorce, anger management, therapy with the witch, was it the witch doctors or the therapists? I love that. And death and grief.
Yeah.
Why is it important to you that you bring these sort of more serious issues into your middle grade novels?
I think fantasy can be such an incredible lens to look at issues that we're dealing with in real life. And I use my books to sort of process a lot of my feelings. I'm a childhood abuse survivor myself. So writing about Valley's story and sort of the anger that she had was very, very important to me. And I think I never want to sort of bombard a kid with those issues. I want them to have fun and go on an adventure and laugh when they're reading my books. But I also want those kids who are going through something to feel comfort and to feel like, oh, I'm not alone. Valley went through this too. 7 went through this. She lost somebody. And she's okay, and she's getting help from grown-ups, and maybe I can do that too. So I wanted to sort of, it's the same reason why all my spells are in Spanish. I wanted to be a comfort to Spanish-speaking kids. English is my second language. So I wanted kids who maybe don't feel like they know the most in class to be the smartest for that one moment. And so I wanted them to, kids who have been through these serious issues, who see them happening around them, to know that they're not alone, and that there's hope for them to still be a hero.
That's beautiful. Yeah, there is something in there. I think it teaches the readers, but also helps readers who've been through it know that they're not alone. So tell me about, in all your books and the way you write, what do you hope your readers in general can take away from your books?
I hope that they can have fun as they read. Have you guys had fun as you read Witchlings? Yeah.
There's a lot of humor in here.
I'm glad. I hope they can sort of immerse themselves in a world, and I especially hope that kids, no matter who they are, feel welcome in the 12 towns. I'm sure many people here know about Harry Potter and sort of like what's happened with the author of that book. But the idea for Witchlings stemmed from a question: what would happen if the Sorting Hat put you nowhere?
Yeah.
Right? And I wanted those kids who felt alienated by the world, by books that they used to love, or by sentiments behind them. I wanted them to know that they would always be safe in Ravenskill. They would also always be safe in the 12 towns. I mean, a night beast might eat you, but you're still going to be loved. And they would always be loved by me, because I'm a brown queer person. I want to write about my experiences. And I really want to write with love and acceptance, and I want people to feel safe.
And I think after reading these, I know they will.
Oh, thank you.
It's beautiful. Can you tell me a little bit about your reading experience growing up? Did you find it hard that maybe you didn't see yourself in a lot of these books that you loved?
You know, I think...
And what books did you love?
Oh, sure. So I think I didn't really realize how much that affected me until I got older. I loved The Babysitter's Club. I'm a Claudia Kishi fan because I was like, that's the only non-white character. I love her. And also she was really into fashion, and I was like, yes. Also Goosebumps, huge influence on me. Lord of the Rings. I loved the Narnia books, anything like that. I also was reading like Stephen King when I was like 6 or 7.
Sneaking those into, oh my God.
Well, my parents didn't really speak English that well, so
they
as long as
didn't know.
the cover was good, I was pretty much able to read anything, which is an interesting experience when you go to parent-teacher conferences and you have to translate. My mom very quickly learned what social butterfly meant. She was like, mm-mm.
I would have never guessed that about you.
But I love to read. I loved the library. I spent so much time at the Hunts Point New York Public Library. That was my favorite place in the whole wide world. I was always checking out big stacks of books, old movies. I would go to their movie nights. I was a huge library kid. And I also loved the Scholastic Book Fair, which is incredible because now my books are in the Scholastic Book Fair. And yes, I did cry the first time I saw it in the catalog. There's also posters of Witchlings at schools, which is such an amazing feeling. But I've always been a big reader. Authors have always been like the ultimate famous person to me, so it feels very surreal to be on a stage right now and doing this, for sure.
Here you are.
Yeah.
And here you are. It's amazing. So that seems like the perfect seg into questions.
Sure, yeah, let's do
You
it.
good for that? Oh, we got one already. Great.
What do you do when you feel stuck?
That's a great question. So I usually just take a break. Usually when I'm stuck, I take that as a sign that like my brain has had enough. So I'll play video games. I love Stardew Valley, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts. I play all of those games, The Sims, huge Sims fan. I go for walks, that helps a lot. And then if none of that works, I'll write a scene that is not in order, but that I'm really looking forward to writing, even if it's all the way at the end of the book, because it gets me excited to write. And once I'm sitting down and writing, usually the words just come. So it depends. I take a couple different approaches, but it's always like a break first. We have some.
I love this. Okay. Oh, there's a microphone.
Oh,
she's
perfect.
ready. All right, let's go.
How many hours did it take you to write the book?
Hours, wow. Math, how dare you? So I'm not gonna do it in hours. I'm gonna tell you months and make you do the calculations. I would say probably the first book took me about 6 months to write the first draft, and then about a year to do like the editing of it all together. Witchlings 3, I've written it pretty much in a month and a half. Oh yeah, there's a third book.
Oh, look, we want to know. Because Witchling
fall
2
of next year.
really ends on a cliffhanger, and
yeah.
I'm dying.
Yes, there is a third book for sure.
It's coming. All right. Do you want to call it? What? Oh, yeah,
yep.
go for it. I'm just pointing
How
in.
old are your characters?
Okay, so Seven Valley and Thorn are all 12 when the book starts. By book 3, they are all going to turn 13, so they are teenagers by now.
When is book 3 coming out?
It's supposed to come out in the fall of 2024, but if you want to check my website, which is just my name, claribelortega.com, with a parent's permission, I will update on there if anything changes.
What advice would you give to authors who are like 10 to 12 and who want to write a fantasy book? What advice would you give them?
I would say don't be in a rush to get published because it's very difficult once you get to that point. Go ahead and let yourself grow up and write in the meantime. You can totally write and develop your skills. Writing fan fiction is a great way to write if you can't come up with your own ideas. Like, go ahead and write about the Witchlings, when they're older, or the Night Beast getting married. Whatever you want to write about in my world. You can use worlds as like sandboxes to play around. But I would say definitely don't be afraid of writing. Don't worry about what other people are going to say about your writing. Just write. Just start writing. It doesn't matter if you don't finish it. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense. Just keep going, and one day it will sort of make sense to you, and you'll have a book if you write a little bit each time you feel like it.
Then maybe you'll be up here when you're older.
Will there be a Witchlings graphic novel?
Ooh, that's a good question. I do have an idea for one, so maybe in the future, yeah.
Are you going to make any other graphic novels?
Yep, I am working on a graphic novel, which is, okay, it's a secret. Publicists, cover your ears. It's about a girl who starts playing a video game called 30 Ways to Kill Your Avatar, where you have to kill your character in all the 30 ways there are to die. But then she gets sucked into the video game, and her brother starts playing it and trying to kill her character. So, yeah.
Now you know that before anybody else. What
Nobody
a gift.
say anything about it.
In the green shirt. I think you have a super fan over
She's
here.
like me.
Who's your favorite character in the Witchlings book?
That's a good question.
Definitely Edgar Allan Toad. He's a toad with a mustache and a monocle, and he's cranky all the time, and I love him.
I love him too.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Oh, we called on two people at the same time.
Oh, sorry. Okay, you're next.
What would happen if Seven was in House Hyacinth?
If Seven was in House Hyacinth, she'd probably become mad with power. She'd be like, I knew it! Okay, back there. Yeah.
You ever thought about having a film or television adaptation of The Witchlings?
Oh, sure, I've thought about it a lot. It's not up to me, but I would love for that to happen. I think it would be really cool.
Please do. Yeah, it would be popular. All right, we have 2 minutes left. Is there anyone who hasn't asked a question yet that wants to? Okay, over here.
Sure, I am. I have a lot of author friends. I think it's important when you're an author to have that support system.
Oh, in the back. 42. That's Cassius. Put you on the spot.
Who's your favorite, like, in the third book? Do you have any new characters that you like?
In the third book, yeah, there's a bunch of characters that I like in the third book. There's some recurring characters that didn't really get a spotlight in the second that return. But there are twin boys named Dusk and Helio that I really like. So I think you might like them too.
That sounds good. And was there another hand in the back? If not, well, how much time? Maybe 2 more questions. Yes. Go ahead. In the braids. Yeah, you.
Is Valley gonna be okay? Because she's too awesome to me.
You'll have to read book 3 to find out.
I know, it's killing me too. I'm dying to find out.
I will tell you that there is death in the third book.
It's a good warning. It's a good warning. All right. Well, our time is up. Thank you so much, Claribel, and thank you all for your great questions.
Thank you. I'll be doing a signing after.